we're doing everything Halloween haunt here at Kings Island today. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. This is your full guide to everything that you can need to know about Kings Island's haunt this Halloween season. So let's go. Looks like the Cincinnati Metro line actually does drop off here, which I never knew before. Now the problem is they're connecting me to the other side of the park right now, and that isn't where I want to be. So I think I'm gonna have to turn around because I went to the right side stuff, but there's no Prestige parking over here. Here is the line. It is 10:28 right now. That line does exist there, but I do have my Prestige pass, which means I'll get to hang out in the Prestige line, which should be a little bit shorter, which should be good. Found the Prestige pass. Turns out I needed to walk all the way up through this line, but it's kind of hidden over there, but it's all the way over here to the right. Now, I already mentioned Mystic Timbers because Mystic Timbers and Diamondback are both on the early entry list for this morning. I have a half hour to hit as many rides as I can. There's 4 different coasters that I can hit. Like I said, Mystic and Diamondback are the 2 big ones, but there are also 2 kiddie coasters that I can hit too during this first half hour. Ooh, I might need to try this, the Smokehouse Mac and Cheese, and it's on the dining plan too. That sounds pretty good. Let's go check it out. Now it looks like everyone is going through the kids area, but I do think maybe that's the best way to go, because we're trying to get to Diamondback right there. So I think this is probably the best, most efficient way to do it. Otherwise we'll take this way and then we have to walk all the way around, because that goes pretty far over to the left. Now Planet Snoopy closes at 6 o'clock for the haunt. That's also right when all the shows and things like that start up, also during that time. Now I do not want to hit this first. That won't have a long line later, but Mystic Timbers and Diamondback will have longer lines later on today. Although they may have some decent lines right now too. It's the real hard part in deciding which one is the best one to hit first. But I'm not sure if there's a right way, a right path to choose. So I think we're just gonna go to Diamondback because it's the closest one. A decently long line. Well, that was somewhere around a 10-minute wait until right here. It might be 12, 13 minutes, something like that overall. But let's go. Now, I chose Diamondback first because it has the longest trains and therefore the highest amount of people that can fit on it, the highest ride capacity. So we were able to get more people onto that, and hopefully because of that, this one will have a shorter line. Now, I'm not sure if I chose the right way. Maybe I should have done the lower capacity ride first, so that then that ride continued to have a higher capacity and move people through it faster, but we'll see how this one works. I made the decisions I made, so now I gotta just take whatever comes with it. Here we are at Mystic Timbers. I think I might have chose wrong, but I only have 4 more minutes left in early park entry, so we'll just try to get into this as quickly as we can, and then we'll continue riding rides for an hour after that, trying to get on things as quickly as possible after this. So hopefully this won't be too long. Luckily there is no fast lane during this time, so it does make it go substantially faster. We're like right at the stairs, but they just opened up another side quest, so we're going way down here. That line might be gone by the time we get there. At least it gets you moving. I don't hate that. This early entry, even though I didn't get to do the 2 kiddie rides, has saved me quite a bit of time because these are two of the bigger lines that you're gonna have. So each of these could get upwards of an hour later on today. So that just saved me some big time from those, not to mention my fast lane that I have to use later. I don't know why he's leaving empty seats over there when there are single riders waiting, but I do see a family that I know right there. Yay! So first of all, that ride is fantastic. So much fun. Absolutely love it. I wish they were filling in the seats better. Other than that, great. It's new, the whistle stop bar. At this point, I can either wait for lower lines right now for this hour, maybe even 2 hours, or I can go eat and wait in lower lines for that. So I'm gonna choose to wait in lower lines for rides right now, because then we'll go back to the, I forget what it's called right now. The restaurant. It's like a full service restaurant at the back. We'll go to the bar, so we won't have to wait in any line, but we will wait for food and we'll get a drink while we're there. We can try out the special drinks here at Cedar Point. So I think that'll be a nice way to go about it. And we'll go see what all there is in that area. So anyway, right now we're headed into the Beast, which shouldn't be too much of a line. This is a very high capacity ride also, and it just opened 15 minutes ago. So unless a ton of people rush back here, I doubt it's gonna be that busy. We may have a couple of hours here where it is less busy actually. Yeah, it says 0 minutes. Because right now there is no, right now all the rides are open now. So we only had 2 different rides that were open. So all of early entry went to those 2 different main rides. And at this point now, everything's open. So it's being spread out evenly across the park. Beast Canyon. It's a decent line. I wouldn't say it's terrible though, and it's certainly not as bad as it will be this evening. Stick Timbers was a 13-minute wait, and we are now here at the Beast. That's about a 7-minute wait for the Beast. We've still got to wait for our train, but so maybe an 8-minute wait overall for the Beast. That is such a fun, long, and well-paced ride. But actually the line's getting kind of long now. That's kind of crazy. I do love it also. The next train was coming down the hill as we went up at the very end, that very last airtime hill. Okay, so it looks like that was a good choice for us to get that done as quickly as possible. We're gonna head over to Orion right now so that we can hit another ride that's going to get very long lines as the day continues. And once our luck runs out, that's when we can use our ace in the can, which is my fast lane that I have to use. Actually, I have 2 fast lanes that I can use today. So let's go. At this point though, it is only 11:34. The park has only been open for a half hour, and we've gotten 3 rides done in that amount of time. So I would say that's pretty decent. It is nice also how you can start from that side of the park with your prestige pass for early park entry, and then you can move straight through the park this direction to ride after ride after ride and get them done quickly and efficiently. All right, change of plans. I forgot about the Queen City stunt coaster, and this has literally no line at all. So we're just gonna hop on this really fast and get it done. It's 20 years old. All right, right on. I think this is gonna be like a 2, maybe 3-minute wait anyway for this at most, which seems pretty awesome to me, so let's go. It's gotten substantially longer. That is a very fun ride, especially when it first shoots you off and then you go into that initial helix. Like, there's just so much pressure on you, you're like, oh, every time, or at least that's what I do. Now, a quick tip with this. The line is substantially longer than it was, and I just got in it, 5 minutes ago, something like that. Right now, lines are all starting to pile up a little bit. And they're starting to pile up because people have run to the biggest rides first. So they've run to Diamondback, they've run to Orion, they've run to Mystic Timbers, and now they're starting to filter out their way on through some of the lower priority rides. So if you want to keep your hot streak going of having lower ride weights, then you need to go to the lower priority things. So that's why right now we're actually skipping Orion, and we're gonna go instead straight down to the Racer as our next one, and probably Banshee after that. That way we can hit some of the lower priority things, and we can hit some rides that are going to be a little bit easier, a little bit less busy for us right now, but they will be busier later on in the day today. So if I can avoid a 40-minute line for instead a 10-minute line right now, that's what my dream would be for me to be able to work on. And then I can restart my luck again when I use my fast lanes, if I need to use my fast lanes today. I may not do it, or I may just hit a repeat later on today when I'm hitting the Halloween's houses and shows, or the Halloween haunt houses and shows. Sorry, I get mixed up between which park I'm at. And what did I say? The Racer has almost no line. I don't even know why you'd go in with fast lane at this point, because it's not going to get you there any faster. Which is why I always say don't buy fast lane unless you know you're going to need it, because there are a lot of times when strategy can do everything that Fastlane can do, and sometimes more, because you're more on your toes. You're trying to get things done quickly, and with Fastlane, a lot of times you feel like you don't need to worry about it. I got on before any of those Fastlane girls just got on, because even then, substantially before, because some of them want to go to the front of the line too, which, why? Like, you're not saving yourself any time at all then. That was a literal 2-minute wait from gate to station, to train really, for the Racer. So now we have a couple more rides here in adventure area, and then a couple also that I really hate. Trying to decide whether I want to actually even ride them or not, because they have the potential to ruin my day. It's such a fun ride though. It's incredibly fast, very smooth, and very, very fun. Lots of airtime on it too. Very similar to like Blue Streak in that regard. Definitely a banger for me. Now when I see lines like this, I start to get nervous about lines like this for food. But remember the strategy that I said earlier. We're not going to any regular food place. We're going to a sit-down restaurant at a bar where we don't have to wait at all, and where we can get a nice drink. So no need to be worried. Just come through, keep pushing, and do what you need to do. And I passed the next ride that I want to ride, which is Adventure Express right back here. All right, so we are headed into Adventure Express right now. Let's go check this one out. I love Adventure Express. This is a very, very fun ride. And if you look at this station, there's no line, because you choose the lower priority lines that will be a half hour later, and you will have no wait right now. It's a great way to get a leg up on your day. Strategy doesn't just work here. It works at Universal Studios. It works at Disney. It works at Cedar Point. It works at Busch Gardens. If you know what the high priority rides are, hit those early, and then hit the lower priority rides after you start to see the lines starting to develop a little bit more. That was everything but a walk up. It looks like we are going to be at maybe, once again, a 1 or 2 minute wait right here. It even has a ton of empty seats on it. The park has now been open officially 1 hour, and I have done 6 rides so far. We're gonna go try to hit Banshee, and then I think we're gonna head our way back to go grab lunch. Not quite sure how we'll do that. Maybe we'll go hit a kiddie coaster on the way back there. Let's go. And here our luck may have worn out a little bit, but this still isn't a terrible wait. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. I can live with that. Opening up another big part of the line for yet another ride, but I'm still above and on the front end of the curve for that, so I love it. And there it goes right now. Here's mine. It's been a 10-minute wait, not bad at all. All right, that was not the enjoyable experience that it usually is. Hey, how are you doing? I keep saying each one's gonna be my last one. I do think the bat's gonna be the last one where our luck hasn't run out yet. So I'm excited to go try it. We'll see what it's like. And our luck has officially run out. All right, so yes, our luck is definitely over. This has been a 22-minute wait for the bat. Not worth it, even a little bit. Definitely not worth it, but we will get this one accomplished, and then we'll go grab some food, and then we'll restart our momentum and hopefully be able to get a little bit better with a few fast lanes. So, or maybe a little bit of luck. So let's go. Here it is. It looks like it's actually been about 24, maybe 25 minutes at this point. So let's go. That thing is intense. Looks like this line, it's about as long as it was. I really should have probably waited until the end of the evening to ride this ride, because it would have gotten a little bit shorter. But I'm trying to do this in as quick a time as I possibly can. That was incredibly fun, incredibly fast. It looks obviously like Iron Dragon. It's the same ride type as Iron Dragon, so you'd expect a similar level of intensity. But you, I swear, are upside down a couple of times during that ride. It is so fast. It's very intense. You swing wildly. It is not the same as Iron Dragon, but it is still very, very fun. However, that was a very, very long wait for the bat. Do not recommend, 0 out of 10, do not recommend for that long of a wait, for like a 25-minute wait, something like that. And even worse, on top of that, there was a kid right behind me, like some teenage kid, who had no sense of personal space. So PSA, do not touch the person in front of you when you are in line, unless that person is someone that you know. Don't put your hand on them. Don't put your arm on them. Don't put your back on them. Don't run up against them. At times he was standing in front of me when he got in line behind me, all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Stay away from people. Give the common courtesy that you would like from other people to other people also. Another trick that it seems no one really knows about. It's right here. Come off back here. There's a line up there to get into the brew house, but you don't need to wait in line to get to the bar. Now you can't get in that door. Right here's the windows that get you into the bar. But if you come back here, there's an outdoor seating area. People have to be able to get in. And you come in right through here. If you're 21 or older, you can order directly from the bar anyway. It's perfect. It's a great way to save a little bit of time. Okay, so including an over 20% tip, this was still only a $17 meal. It's a great salad. It's a great indoor area where you can have air conditioning. And on a hot day like today, especially in the fall, when I know it's going to be cool tonight, but it's very hot right now. It's really nice to have something that's refreshing, a nice place to stay, a Jack and Coke for me to drink, hand mixed with a good pour, all that kind of stuff. This is one of the best places to come here at Kings Island. Now, in the evening, I would, prefer maybe to go to like the grilled cheese place. I forget what it's called right now. Something in Chi, I think that's it. But anyway, I would like to do that at night because then I'm outside, it's cool already, it feels nice. but coming in here during the day to cool off and be kind of ready for the second half of the day, and for this to kind of jump start you through. It's not even the second half of the day. It's like we're only like 3 hours into the day right now, and this salad just came out very, very quickly. I was served very quickly too, and there was no line that I needed to wait in. I just was able to buy a drink, which I wanted to drink anyway. So coming back here to the bar is a great opportunity if you're 21 and older, and if you imbibe. Although even if you don't, they even have virgin drinks that you can buy up here at the bar. They have a sign right over here that says, "Dare to drink without the spirits." So even if you don't drink, you can always come and get a mocktail out here also. It's cheaper and you're not poisoning your body. I mean, I kind of like to poison my body sometimes, but not everybody does, and no shade if you do. I love this Caesar salad. It is so good. The dressing is delicious. The croutons are homemade. It's fresh. It's delicious. It has everything I want in a meal. And very light and easy to eat when you're riding tons and tons of rides all day long. All right. Now we're headed up to the front. I was going to go see the Spectral Sisters at, I think, like 4 o'clock tonight. But instead of 4 o'clock, I can actually make it up there right now. I've only got a few minutes to make it there. I might be a little bit late, but I got a brand new fresh Jack and Coke, so I mean that makes it worth it. Now there are several shows that are at the newest stage, and the newest stage is the Grand Carousel stage. So that's where we're headed right now to get up there. I was actually thinking they were going to be over by Fest House, but they are not. So head straight up to the Eiffel Tower, and then we're going to hang a right, and we'll probably hear them as soon as we get there. Now here's the newest stage. Actually, I haven't gone to see this like at all, but I did speculate on it. I thought it was going to be a new restaurant early on in the season when I was here with Drew and Yoko. It is not that, but it is a stage where smaller performances can happen, and I love that. I would definitely love it if Cedar Point made something like this, something similar there also. But a show and a drink is like the perfect thing that you can have, so.
In the mood for love. Who doesn't crave the exquisite torture of having your heart stolen? The freakish fright of a stomach filled with butterflies. The delightful delirium of having your head in the storm clouds. Take me now, baby, here as I am. Because the night belongs to lovers, and the night belongs to us. Go crazy, crazy on you. I was a willow last night in a dream. I bent down over a clear running stream and sang you a song that I heard up above, and you kept me alive with your sweet flowing love. Oh, go on. You're too much. I think they're just enough. But it is time for us to dearly depart. Shuffle off this mortal coil into something more comfortable.
Now, we are going to talk about music, enjoyment, stage design, and sexiness. All of this was so good. The Spectral Sisters was so good. Last year, let's just be completely honest, I saw them in the rain. It may not have been as good because of that, but I absolutely loved every second of it today. Now, I did just have 2 drinks, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm sure it has nothing to do with it whatsoever, but I absolutely loved every single thing that they did. Their little bits of choreography made things so much more interesting. It was just very, very, very fun. But I still will try to somewhat objectively talk about what they actually did according to our mess system, which is what I've decided to do this year for Cedar Point, and this year I'm also going to do it for Kings Island. So that is music, enjoyment, stage design, and sexiness. We'll see which ones they got here, but I'm on my way to another show, so we're going to talk about it on that way. So for music, they were fantastic. Whoever wrote the arrangement, this is absolutely amazing, and I loved it so much. The way that it went from unison to harmony at key points in the songs just was fantastic. They were so much fun to listen to. It's live vocals, and it was so much fun to hear. I really love being able to appreciate the music. I'm a music teacher. I was a music major. I was a worship leader for a long time. It's really fun for me to be able to hear this kind of stuff and see how well it is executed. It was simple, but it kept my attention the entire time because it was funny. There's a dichotomy. It was just plain enjoyable all the way through. Of course, Spectral Sisters is my very first one, and because of that, Spectral Sisters also gets first place no matter what. So for music, right now, it gets first place. That will change throughout this running ranking. For enjoyment, it receives also first place, of course, but it receives first place because I just genuinely enjoyed the artistry, the humor, again, the dichotomy. All of it was so much fun to listen to, and I really, really enjoyed it. Honestly, at this point, that has been like the highlight of my night. So it's been really fun. It is the very first show that I've gone to see. I'm sure I'll like certain shows better or worse for different reasons, but it was something that I really enjoyed. I might be late for the Charlie Brown show. The Charlie Brown show is in the Charlie Brown stage, and it's literally in 1 minute. I thought it was right here. Oh no! For stage design, it's not really gonna get very high overall. Like I said, at this point, it receives first place for everything, but I promise you that won't stay there because there's not much of a stage design happening in that area. For sexiness though, it's gonna get fairly high. I mean, the girls are creepy, but they're not ugly. They're very pretty girls. The skirts, I guess, are a little bit short-ish. It's very Andrew's Sisters, which is why it's the Spectral Sisters. But, yeah, I mean, of course, it gets first place for both of those right now because that's the only thing that we're judging at this point, but more will come soon. So, let's get on our way to Charlie Brown. I hope I can make it in there. They might have literally just shut the doors. Yeah, I think they did. I think I might have missed it. Now, for right here, for one of these coasters, this is not bad of a line at all for this kiddie coaster. And it is one that we need to finish, so we're gonna head to it right now. We've got a little bit of time because I missed the Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown by just a couple minutes. If you don't realize this, I'm always filming multiple videos in one day, so each video is like a challenge of 3 videos all at one time. And it's a decent line, but I think it'll probably be 2 or 3 trains maybe at most, so I can deal with that. All right, we're headed to row 5. We gotta wait for it to go though. There's only 1 train on this thing, so it doesn't move particularly fast. All right, and here we go. Honestly, this is not my favorite ride. It kind of hurts a little bit, but we gotta do it. Okay, so did they actually make those restraints way better? Because the seats still move a lot around you, and even to the point where you still could hurt yourself on the restraint. But the restraints are much wider, and they're also padded. which is so much nicer. They used to be hard and they used to be close to your ear, so you couldn't really help but hit your head. But they're not anymore. That was really good, actually. I'm surprised. Now we're headed back to that very same stage that we just were at to watch the Spectral Sisters. So we are going across the park once again to the middle. Luckily, Kings Island is set up in such a way that to get to the middle of the park is not that difficult, but it is still a lot of steps. I'm used to it though. Let's go. You know though, with all the steps I take, I should look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club, and I don't. And I would like to take some questions up with the manager, please, about why I don't look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Thank you very much. It might be all the beer. All right, here I am for the Fantastics.
You've been working on yourself. That is that therapist I found for you. She really helped. I don't like your little games. Don't like your tilted stage. The role you make me play of the fool. No, I don't like you. I knew you were. You were gonna come to me, and here you are. But you better choose carefully, 'cause I'm capable of anything, and everything.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. When it's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. No escaping the jaws of the alien this time. This is the end of the line.
Okay, they're going a little bit long, so I gotta go because Charlie Brown is happening at 3:30. I have 5 minutes to get over there. So hopefully I can make it across the park a little bit to get over there. So let's go. Now we'll talk about the Fantastics in a little bit, but I will say I was falling asleep through that whole time. Now, maybe it's that I am tired from having 2 drinks and not continuing to drink. Maybe it's that my entire body is just covered in sweat, because even though it's September, it's incredibly hot today, and it just seems to keep getting hotter. But it also seemed to maybe be something to do with there's less excitement and urgency to the performance. There's also less sound to the performance. Hi-Fi Honey usually sounds really powerful and does not sound powerful today. Now, I don't know if that's a sound issue or not. It could be, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. All right, and we made it to the Peanut Show place. Hello. So let's go see it.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Are you guys having a good day? Yeah? excited for Halloween? Costume party, and I love your costumes. Can anybody tell me what Charlie Brown's dressed up as?
Frankenstein.
And can anybody tell me what Lucy's dressed as?
I'm a witch. You know, a person should always choose a costume that is in direct contrast to her own personality.
My friend the witch doctor, she taught me what to say. And my friend the witch doctor, she taught me what to do. And I know that you'll be mine when I sing this to you.
Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, wah-wah-bing-bang. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, wah-wah-bing-bang. Halloween's astounding.
Doorbells are ringing.
Trick-or-treating takes its toll. With the
Thank you so much for coming to the Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown. We do have time for a quick meet and greet with some of my friends. So if you want to meet them, take a picture with them. We're going to do one.
Now, I will be going through the rankings at a different time chronologically, but you'll see them on the screen. But I did like that. Obviously, I'm not the core audience member for it, but it was still very fun to watch. And great for kids. I'm not the audience that they're looking for, though. Right over here we have a street performer. This is kind of cool. It's pretty fun to see a juggling act going on right behind me like that. That's something I haven't seen here at Cedar or at Kings Island, so I think that's pretty cool. The Fantastics get second place for music. It is just I don't know. There's something about it, the mix or something, that I just didn't love this year. And I have to be honest. I mean, I don't have to be honest, but I like to be honest because then you guys will trust me that what I say is honest. And sometimes there are groups that I loved before that I just don't love this time. So I don't know what the difference was. Maybe it's just a bad day even, but I just didn't love it. For enjoyment, the Spectral Sisters was also second place. Again, just didn't love it. Oh no, they're already started. I have on my list that they're not started yet even. For enjoyment, the Fantastics got second place also, just not my favorite show overall. For stage design though, I did give the Fantastics first place because they do have a little bit more like insignia, things that have their name on it, stuff like that. So I did think that was kind of cool. For sexiness, I gave the Fantastics first place. Hi-Fi Honey is just a beautiful girl. I think all three of the ghouls are also very beautiful girls, but I don't know. I think maybe there's a difference in being ghoulish and being girlish. In the overall sexy quality. So I did give them first place. So at this point, both the Fantastics and the Spectral Sisters are both tied for first place each with 6 points. Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown receives third place for music. It is just not my favorite music because it's not really meant for me. It's a lot of kids music, but weirdly enough, it's kind of not meant for anybody at the same time. I do know it's made for kids, but a lot of the songs are very much like a song like the Monster Mash, like songs from oldies when I was a kid. So you have a lot of those older songs, the Witch Doctor, stuff like that. That, and even down to like, we're gonna do the Let's Do the Time Warp. Like those are songs from the 60s or the 80s. They're songs that predate me, let alone songs that would like really hit with a really young kid audience. Like they're more songs for their parents than for their kids. For enjoyment, I gave the Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown third place also. Again, just not a show that is for me. Like that's just plain and simple. It is for kids. It's not for almost 40-year-old Trent here. For stage design, though, the Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown gets first place because they by far have the best stage design at this point. Now, the stage that we saw earlier, that stage is brand new, so I almost want to give it to them, but I just can't. It is just the default stage that they have. Even though it's new for this year, that doesn't make it a stage design. That just makes it simply the way the stage is permanently designed. For sexiness, there's nothing less sexy than Charlie Brown, Lucy, and the gang. And if you think otherwise, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. So at this point, the Monsters Are Coming Charlie Brown and the Spectral Sisters both have first place. They are tied together. And then also we have the Charlie Brown show coming in at third place out of the 3 shows that we've seen so far. Things will change from here, but let's go. Now, one thing I love about Kings Island is that they do have one central spot where you can get water, and it's right here. This is much nicer than having a spot where nobody, like where a lot of places can't get water. So it's open for anybody to come in, and it's not gate kept by anybody. Now, in my last Kings Island video, I saw, man, in the fog, you can't even see this. Those are creepy. In my last Kings Island video, I went to Mercado and looked at the drinks, but I was driving. I was only here for 2 hours. So I did not get one. But today, I'm gonna go grab one. So there was one that I thought looked particularly good. I think it was some sort of an apple drink. Man, once again, look how creepy these things are. I don't deal well with that. All right, so we're gonna go check this out, see what kind of drink we can get. Then we'll grab some food shortly after this show. But this will give us something great to have to drink while we watch this Ghouls Gone Wild. I got the poisoned apple margarita. It is apple cider margarita and hot honey. But they have multiple different ones. I want to Drink Your Blood, which we've had for the last couple of years. Red Rum Runner, and Witch's Brew. It's a black sugar rim. It has apples adorning it, and
It has apple cider in it.
apple cider in it. Tequila. I didn't realize tequila. Looks delicious. Let's try it. All right, let's see what this is like. Oh. Trying that black sugar. Now, usually I don't like a sugar rim, like at all. This isn't that sweet of a drink, though. That's really good. All right, let's go. Now, sometimes you'll see an ambulance go through. If you ever see a car go through Cedar Point or Kings Island, any of those places, Disney, I don't care where you are, always make sure that you get out of their way immediately. They are going someplace very important to help someone who is in need. So get out of their way, move out of their way, give them the space to do what they need to do. All right. And we are going to go to Ghouls Gone Wild. It's happening in about 15 minutes, I think, at this point. So we'll grab a decent seat up here where we can see what's going on. Now, one of the fun things about this show, once again, it's nice whenever you have a show that happens inside an air-conditioned space. Having this air-conditioned area to be able to sit and watch a show is definitely really nice, definitely needed, and it's very, very helpful on a day that's as hot as today is. I wish today wasn't so hot, but it is. Cheers. Let's watch a show.
Oh, it smells delicious in here. Hello to you too. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello there. We get it almost every night. It's a Ghouls Gone Wild Halloween night. Come on out, mommy. in touch with the ground. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Second and sound, I'm lost in a cloud, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Supermarket, cheeseburger in paradise. Every time my heart is gently pounding. Don't you know exactly what I'm thinking? If you want my body, and you think I'm sexy, come on, sugar, let me know. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. What's it on for? You better live down for the groove and come knocking on your door. Are we gonna let the undertaker take us down? Don't you know that you got to move like the road? You can fight it. It's gonna get you tonight.
Yeah! One drawback of that drink, it made me extremely sticky. And everything around me sticky too. That's the problem with the sugar rim. I always prefer a salt rim, but on that drink it was really good. That show, however, fantastic. All right, now I have a couple of hours for me to get out here and to go do a couple of fun things. So we're gonna go check that out right now. So I think it's time for a fast lane ride down in Area 72. So let's go do it. Now we are headed into Alien Abyss. And actually, I need to look at when the haunts start, because I might have the opportunity to start going to some haunts right now. Well, I don't see them open. I'm assuming they open like around 6-ish, but I'm not really sure. So one way or another though, we have other things that we need to do right now. And one of those is Orion. Here we go into fast lane. Oh, unless the line doesn't look that bad, which it kind of doesn't. So, okay, I'm looking at all this. Oh my word, the line goes straight up to the stairs. That's all. I want to wait in the regular line for this. Yeah, I can easily deal with that line, even though it did get substantially bigger because of all these people, but I can deal with it. For music, Ghouls Gone Wild gets first place. It is very, very good music, very good harmonies. It was just very fun to watch. A lot of, actually just a really good mix and variety of music too, and I loved that about it. For enjoyment, I loved the Spectral Sisters, but Spectral Sisters was a lot less high energy. So, Ghouls Gone Wild was definitely my favorite still. First place for that also. For stage design, Ghouls Gone Wild definitely has the best stage design, hands down, that I've seen so far out of the 4 shows that we've seen. So once again, first place. And I would say that Kings Island really doesn't have anything that's too particularly sexy, but this one maybe would count as the most sexy, like from both men and women, giving a bit more of that vibe. Again, wouldn't really call it particularly sexy, but I would still give it the first place overall if there was a gun to my head. So overall, Ghouls Gone Wild gets first place out of all 4 shows that we've seen so far. Let's see what the rest of the night holds for us. All right, here we go. That was not a long wait at all. Orion crew is stacking trains like crazy. That's not a good thing. That was a 12-minute wait for Orion, and we are maybe headed to Flight of Fear? I don't know. I want to go up to the front for the opening ceremonies, but I do still have one more thing to finish back here. I wonder if I can get onto it real fast. So I can see people hanging out here. So I think this is going to be something I'm going to have to hit later, I think. It is always nice to have that air conditioning though. But if I want to hit the opening ceremonies, it may not work. Yeah, if they're stopped here. I'd be cutting it close, and I'm not gonna cut it that close for right now. Okay, so I am making my way back up toward the front. I think this might be a good time for me to grab some sort of food also. So I might go grab some barbecue on the way. That smelled really good on the way back here. Now let's talk about Orion for a second. So many people conflate that Fury 325 is just like the best coaster, and it is a great coaster. I'm not saying it's bad, but is it good to where Orion should be shot down and should be like, oh, it's not anywhere near as good as Fury 325? Absolutely not. It's so funny to me how just because something slightly pales in comparison to Fury 325, it's just discounted as this not great ride. Also, it is absolutely a giga coaster. It is not a hyper coaster. For any of you purists out there, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. What part matters on a coaster? The going up or the fall? If you're gonna say that, then Falcon's Flight is not any kind of a special coaster at all because it goes up a mountain in order to get up there. So it's 500-foot fall. Means nothing to you because you're a purist, huh? Get out of here. Anyway, Orion, even by itself, is just a fantastic ride. It's got so many moments that are so great. Airtime is fantastic. Times when you feel like you're gonna fly out of your seat. You've got some amazing little transitions into falls that I just adore. It is a great ride, and it's absolutely worth every little accolade that it gets. So is Fury. Neither of them is bad, but this one is pretty freaking fantastic in my opinion. All right, we're headed into Coney Barbecue. Let's see what they have in here. It's been a hot minute since I've had some food here, so let's see what it's like. I'll do the fries. Now, I don't usually do chicken tenders, but I wanted something that's very walkable. All right, now these fries are good flavor-wise, but they're a little bit cold, and I don't love that. I already bit into the hush puppy, but it's very good. I'm gonna fry bread. How can you go wrong with that? Let's try a little bit of the chicken. You can see the chicken is moist inside. Got some good crust on the outside. It's a chicken tender. It has flavor of its own, which it should. The ranch dressing helps, but you wouldn't need to have it for it to have flavor. It's not just a bland piece of chicken that you put in your mouth.
And running low on patience. That happens quite a lot out here. Well, who do we have here? A curiously careless crowd of capricious thrill seekers now. We've been expecting you. I tell you, they're simply to die for. Look around. I want you to have as much fun as you can. Seems to be running out. Whatever will you do? Go ahead. Sad with the smartphone's more intelligent than the operator.
Now, once you buy your attractions pass, which I just did, it costs $10, $11.99 with the processing fee. Why they have a processing fee, I have no idea. It's just one more way to make a little bit more money off of us. But then you come into a shop and you can get a wristband That way they know that your pass is just for you and not for other people. So let's go get that right now. She said, oh, I don't have the stuff, so you can go up to the other one. After I'd already waited there. And success, we got it. So now we're gonna be going around. We've got a few shows that we're still going to try to see. And we also have to go and hit every single haunt. So let's go. All right, now I have multiple schedules happening all at one time right now. So we're gonna go check out what the next thing is on my like 3 different schedules that I have written down. I think it's a show, but we'll go see what it is. Music for opening ceremonies gets dead last just because there's really nothing to it. It's ambient music. It's ambient music. It's ambient music. That's all it is. It gives some ambiance, but that's all it does. So, last place, 5th place out of the 5 shows that we've seen so far. For enjoyment, opening ceremonies gets 4th place out of 5 because it is just my, like I'm the target audience for it. Charlie Brown, I'm not the target audience for. So, in this case, it does get better than Charlie Brown, but nothing else. To be completely honest, Mr. Nightmare is exceedingly off-putting to me. He was exceedingly off-putting in this. He was exceedingly off-putting in the show at the Kings Island Theater a couple of years ago. I don't know why, but that character just rubs me the wrong way. And maybe that's good for a haunted time, but I can't deal with it. Stage design, it gets 3rd place out of 5 different shows that we've seen because they did do some new stuff with the stage design, and I really like it. It's pretty cool. Definitely more than the other shows did in just that new stage. And for sexiness, I mean, it's more sexy than Charlie Brown, so it gets 4th place. So the opening ceremonies is tied for last place with 5th place out of 5 different shows that we've seen so far today. So let's keep going. Once again, we are doing the fans scale for us to rank all of these different haunts here at Halloween Haunt at Kings Island. So that means it is fun, atmosphere, new, and scarce. Now, new is there specifically for this year because they are charging you $10 to come into the park. And really, they're charging you because they are charging you $10 to do all of these different haunts. And really that $10 is really more like $12 with the processing fee. So if they're going to charge us, which they've never charged us before, and which they did not advertise their pass through Six Flags as not including the same things that it included before, really feels a lot like false advertising. But since they're doing that and nickeling and diming you, we better experience and expect to have the best haunts that we possibly can, and they do need to be redone and made in a very, very good way. So we're gonna go check them out. So let's go. I will say I've heard some really good things about the haunts, so it might be really good. I might really like them. We'll see. And by the end of this video, we'll compare and contrast Cedar Point with Kings Island also. Okay, now everything has just gone crazy. Like, lines were not bad just a minute ago, but I'm not quite sure if I'll get to finish up all of the coasters that I wanted to finish up, because there's a lot of people, but we'll see as the night progresses.
You gotta pick stuff up.
Do we have bigger lines happening here? Kind of looks like maybe no, maybe not. It might be good. Now, the line used to reach all the way back here, but with the pass costing money, I am noticing that it stops people from doing the haunts in the same amount of people that that it used to be. And in a way, I'm like, okay, that's a good thing, and I guess that's a reason why you pay the $10. But I wonder about the long-term repercussions. On the line? Thank you. All right, now that was very, very fun, very freaky. It scared me quite a bit for quite a bit of it. But it was very similar to what it's been in the past. So let's talk about where I'd rank these. All right, now for fun, Alien Abyss gets first place, obviously. I think it may stay pretty high. It is the start, so it's not probably gonna stay right where it is, but definitely really, really fun, and I enjoyed that one a lot. Now for Atmosphere, again, first place at this point. It's the only one that we're doing, but it is going to get, but I think it will probably go down quite a bit. There's a little bit less in that one. It's going to be interesting because there were more lights, there were more fun things to see, but then also at times it was just totally pitch black. There were a ton of scare actors in there, and they really got me multiple times in like a really bad way, which was fun. So I liked that a lot. For new, there was really nothing new about this. It does get first place, of course, at this point, but I think it's going to go really, really low as far as that goes, because there's just nothing new and exciting inside that house, even though I do think it's a very fun house. And for scares, that house got me multiple times. Now, that was the first time that I've done it, and it was the, like, obviously it's gonna get first place at this point. We'll see how the other houses do, and let's go on to the next one. I think it's time for us to go shopping. When I've paid $10 or $20 or $30, this is the last amount of a line that I want to experience after having paid that amount. I think it's gonna go by pretty quickly, but still. The expectation is if I'm gonna pay, it's gonna make the lines a lot better. Like, I'm not joking about this. I'm expecting best of the best situations for this. And if it's not best of the best situations, I'm not gonna be happy. Also, they're making us walk up and down every single one of these. Like, some kids tried to go over it and they were like, no, don't go over it that way. Go all the way down the mall. And I'm like, you can't open up a few of these? It wouldn't be hard. I get it though, they don't want people to be like doing the wrong thing or like cutting in line in front of everybody else. They don't want it to end up being like mass chaos. I've been walking like this for what seems like the last 10 minutes. At least I'm walking while all these people go in. I guess that's the silver lining that I can see. I still have one more cattle pin I gotta go do. Out here, we see that there's like started here. Danger, infected zone, aim for their head. People have given ways to help with this pandemic. Things that people should do. Okay, the line is a lot better now, but that is always one of my favorite ones. Loved doing it. There's still nothing really new though, so anyway, I think I have a show that I need to get to next, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more stuff. Well, I don't think it's gonna last forever, but for fun, Killmark gets first place. For Atmosphere, Killmark gets first place. For new, Killmark gets first place. And for scares, Killmark gets first place. Look at this guy. So for fun, I was giggling the whole way through it. For Atmosphere, they do a lot with different heights. Plus also, I am just a huge sucker of that like bird box idea of being in an abandoned supermarket and just seeing all the stuff that's happening in the area. Like, I'm a huge sucker for that. That gets my imagination going like crazy. All the bloodied merchandise, all the stuff that people have rifled through in this like apocalyptic situation. It's just so much fun to me. For new, they did have some new stuff. Actually, a few like clothing racks and stuff, and then also a few different heights that they get people up to. So they had people up high, but they were reaching down at you, and I thought that was kind of fun too. For scares, it actually kind of made me weak in the knees. I was like walking through this, and I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen next? And I even had like some little kids that were a buffer right in front of me. I probably looked like their dad, but I was not their dad. They were all in together, and they'd like linked themselves up. So everybody obviously was making them a target because they made it clear that they were afraid. So they weren't even directly trying to scare me, but it still scared me. Overall, Killmark gets first place and Alien Abyss gets second place so far out of the two that we've gone to see. All right, now this is the Dr. Midnight Show.
Coming back from the afterlife, the Mortician of Mayhem, the Colossus of Cadavers, and the Cutter of, Cheese. Give it up for Dr. Nevious Nightmare!
Oh, filled with mystical wonders you'll scarcely understand. Oddities will unfold before your very eyes. I'm sorry, what?
I said this message has been brought to you by Kings Island in 666.
Oh, that's one of my favorite numbers, my dear. Oh, right there next to 667, yes. You know, Satan's neighbor.
Hi, everyone! Hi! No, is this a library or Kings Island? I said hi! I'm Loretta, that's L-O-R-E-T-T-A, with 3 syllables. I'm the one that Nevious calls when he needs someone gone. Sorry, something's done, that's what I meant to say.
Is that like a toe tag or a death certificate or something?
No, not like that at all. Try! Don't run along past us to any ride at Kings Island!
Oh, yes! Again? Or maybe a bucket of crabs or something. Now that we have ourselves a bribe, I suppose all we need are our
Contestants. Hey.
Okay,
She goes over
I
there.
can make it through Snoopy. I can make it through Charlie Brown. This, I can't make it through.
3 to a
It
2
is
stone.
cringe on level 10.
There we go.
Except I like the
Wonderful.
6-7 joke.
Now pretend you've not seen the show. The first part
But
of this act goes like
I
this.
am,
We're going
I
to
can't deal with it. It's just way too much for me. Now, I do think it's like a game show for kids. So, if you and your family are into that, you might really enjoy this show. But I don't have a kid with me. I'm here by myself, and the cringe level's just hitting so hard. I just can't deal with it. So we're gonna go see the 7:30 show for All Wheel Sports for Night Walkers instead, and then after that, we can just go hit haunted attractions and any other leftover coasters that we haven't quite hit yet. So I'm not even going to rank Dr. Nightmare. I don't think it's something that's worth ranking, not for me anyway. It's just not my cup of tea, and because of that, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Also, I think it's a little bit different than most of the other shows that we've gone to see today.
dig it?
This show, as you can see, is very, very popular. You better get in line for this one pretty early. You can come and see the cast once it's done, though. I definitely missed the kids' coasters today. Definitely. I'm not sure about, like, Snoopy's soapbox. It might be closed also. But if I'm doing all the shows, all the haunts, and all the coasters, there's something that's going to get left out of that. Now, we will be going through the haunt zones, but I already talked about them in my very first video, so go check that out about Kings Island this season. And I'll link that in the cards up above also, to the right or left of the screen, whichever way it is. But suffice it to say that I don't really think that these scare areas are particularly, like, overly scary. They're fun, I enjoy them, but there's not that much to say about them. We are gonna walk through it though. Go follow Not Your Normal Guy. You heard him, guys. Go follow Not Your Normal Guy. If you haven't yet, press that subscribe button. We've still got a lot of haunts left to do tonight, so let's go. Now, quite honestly, I'm not sure if I care to do The Conjuring, because you pay $30, plus you wait in this 2-hour line. Whether you're at Kings Island, you're at Cedar Point, it doesn't matter if you're there on a Thursday, on a Sunday, on a Friday. This is what you get. And I'm just like, that's too much. I'm not sure that I care. It also seems particularly scary. I think maybe it's worth it. It's just, I don't want to wait for a 2-hour line. That does not sound like fun. These characters tell you to go follow Not Your Normal Guy. And I know like 70% of you aren't. So, what's that about? Alright guys, I forgot where Slaughterhouse was. So, we're headed to Slaughterhouse now. Now this guy right over here, he has a Nobu necklace. Oh, that's not it. Those colorful things. There. Those are Nobu necklaces. You can buy those for $18.99 if you do not want to be scared. I'm not quite sure why you're coming to a haunt if you don't want to get scared. But I guess you want to spend time with your friends, maybe? So, if you don't want to get scared, you can buy one of those haunts. You can buy one of those necklaces. I did buy one of those for my daughter last year. They only work for the walk-around areas. If you go into a house, they don't work anymore. They will still scare you and they'll have you turn it off. But you can buy those. $18.99. I think that's an upcharge from last year too. All right, here we are. This is Slaughterhouse. We're gonna go check this one out, see what it's like. Slaughterhouse, here we go. Now again, this line used to be massive, completely full and winding all the way down there. It is no longer doing that now. I don't know what Fridays or Saturdays look like, but this is at least good for cutting down crowds. Is it good for actually making a profit and encouraging more people to come here? I don't know. And will it last for the entire season? Again, I don't know. I guess that's not my decision. As soon as I came out, some girls were being chased by one of the actors. They're like right behind me right now. They're super freaked out. And actually they came in from the wrong side. Like they came from the wrong area. and went running. I was like, where did you even come from? It's like they went out like one of the employee entrances because they were so scared. They ran into me on my way out. Anyway, though, that was definitely very, very fun. It did seem to have little bits of a refresh. Not a whole lot, though. So let's talk about that house in relation to the other two that we've done. For fun and atmosphere, Slaughterhouse received second place for each of those. It was definitely fun and atmospheric, but I will say that I think Killmart is a little bit more whimsical, I guess. It sparks my imagination a bit more. This is just pure horror. For new and scares, I have given first place for each of those for Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is a little bit newer, and it definitely is the most terrifying of the options. Now, Nightwalkers used to be my hands-down favorite show at Kings Island for all year long, but definitely for all the weekends, or for Haunt. Again, I keep mixing them up. But I don't know, there's something about it that's kind of gone a little stale. Maybe it's that I'm just used to it. Maybe it's that it's not been too refreshed over the last couple of years. They have added some new songs to it, which is cool. But anyway, let's get into it and let's talk about where this one ranks. For music, Nightwalkers gets 5th place out of the 6 shows that we've gone to see tonight. It is all canned music. There is obviously musicality with it. People are dancing, people are jumping to the beat of the music, all that kind of stuff. So there is stuff going on with the choreography that is still somewhat musical, but they are not playing the music, they are not singing the music, and most of the other shows have at least an element of doing something live for the performance, and that is not what this is. For enjoyment, Nightwalkers got 3rd place out of the 6 shows that I went to see tonight. I think that's fair. I really do like Nightwalkers a lot, but like I said, I think it's gotten stale. I think in previous years I would have said that's my absolute favorite show, it's my favorite thing. I would have watched it multiple times in one night, stuff like that. And at this point I'm kind of like, I could go see other shows instead and have possibly a better time with it. Not that, I mean, I might go see it again tonight, we'll see, but it's not that I wouldn't be willing to go see it. There's only so many shows in the evening, but it's not the show that I'd rather go see. I'd rather go see the Spectral Sisters as many times as I can. For stage design, Nightwalkers gets 2nd place out of the 6 shows that we saw tonight. I do really love the stage design, and obviously it's utilized a lot during the show. It's nothing that's new, but it's nice, and it always just, it's a good functional stage design, let's just say that. Also, it's nice the way that they have some technology integrated into it also. And for sexiness, Nightwalkers gets 1st place out of all 6 of the shows. It is absolutely the sexiest show here at Cedar. It is absolutely the sexiest show here at Kings Island, without a tiny doubt. Between the girls in their tiny little shorts, and even the like bustiers that they wear, and the guys with their torn shirts, definitely, like, it's really the only show here that really has any like full-on measurable amount of sex appeal. Most of the other shows are pretty conservative overall, which is actually kind of funny because Kings Island used to be known for their like sex appeal shows here. Their Halloween stuff was like notoriously sexy and was very well known for it as part of their haunt, which is, it's kind of funny that that's something that kind of went by the wayside. I think maybe that went by the wayside with Cedar Fair, maybe? I'm not sure. Out of all of the shows that we saw tonight, Nightwalkers still received 2nd place out of all 6 shows. So even though it's not necessarily my favorite anymore, it's still incredibly high up there, whether I mean for it to be or not. It's one that objectively I just simply like, kind of no matter what my criteria is. But that doesn't excuse that it's changing, or at least to me, it feels a bit more stale than it was before. It is a testament, though, to the longevity and the talent of that cast. And like, there's the main guy, Jaren. He's so good, and he is the anchor to that cast. He does a great job, and it's cool. And at the end of this video, we will do a little recap, but for now, let's go do the rest of our haunts. All right, we are headed back to the hotel. I forget what it's called. This is the Hotel Michelle. So we're gonna head back to Hotel Michelle and see what it's like, see how long the line is, and see if they've stepped up their game at all. I do love how you come here in between the racer. It's pretty cool. Okay, and the line is pretty much nothing also. Now this is what I like to see. If I'm paying $10 anyway to come back into here for all of these different haunts, it's pretty cool when there isn't a massive line. So I think that's pretty cool. Definitely a good thing. This one always is a pretty creative one, and the outside of the house is pretty cool. It used to be like a virtual game though. I remember coming and visiting this when it was a little virtual game. So man, there's literally no one back here. This is why I have questions about the ability to sustain this for Kings Island and Cedar Point. And if I'm completely honest, I kind of hope they can't sustain it.
Number 1. No eating,
But
drinking, or smoking.
It's not my decision, is it? Such a cool house. I always love it. A maze out there at the end too. I was the only one going through that house. Thank you. Which made that way more freaky. Just very deeply unsettling. I love this ambient instructional music and guide. But I'm not sure why I'm supposed to go to a hotel where I can't touch anything. How do I sleep? I guess if you're a spirit though, then you don't have to have a bed, right? That one definitely scared me. There were lots of times when I was like, no, thank you, no. But it's definitely fun. I enjoyed it immensely. For fun, Hotel St. Michelle gets first place. It is one of my favorites. I really do enjoy it. And to me, it has that level of whimsy. It's fun in less of a scary way and in more of an exciting way. Now that doesn't mean it's not scary. It's just, it gets my creative juices flowing, let's say that. For atmosphere, Hotel St. Michelle also gets first place. I love the atmosphere in there. The kitchen scene, oh my word, I would just go in there and I'd pick apart the story they're trying to tell. What happened? Why did it happen? Where's it happened? Who did it? All that kind of stuff. If there could be a cool mystery that I could do in there, I would absolutely do it, because I would just look through every single part of the show building that they have, and that would just be so cool to me. I'd love to see that place in depth, maybe even with the lights on, or maybe not, to keep the ambiance. Hotel St. Michelle gets third place out of the 4 different show buildings that we've gone to see, or 4 different haunts that we've gone to see. This one does not have much of a refresh on it. There's nothing really new. It's just not a very exciting thing overall. And that makes me sad. I wish that there was more new, exciting stuff. Since we are now paying for this, do a refresh, do something exciting. Now, I do know they have a brand new house here, and I'm excited to go see that. That'll be the next one that we go see. But does that make up for it? I just kind of am why is there not something new somewhere? And for scares, Hotel St. Michelle gets second place overall out of the 4 different shows that we've gone to see. I love watching these different haunts, and this one in particular for the scares really worked, but I was the only one walking through, so that just inherently makes it so much scarier. So we're on our way to our next thing. Let's go. Hotel St. Michel is in pretty close rankings with both Killmart and Slaughterhouse, but at this point Hotel St. Michel does get first place out of all 4 of the houses that we've gone to see overall. So let's keep going. We're gonna go down to our final haunted house. I didn't really even mean to do it this way, it's just the way it worked out, but I kind of like having that be kind of the last big thing that we do. Then we'll kind of try to go around and maybe make one more lap on everything, since I did pay for these tonight. Also, you can do these multiple times a night, as long as you have the wristband. So my recommendation to you is buy the wristband once, twice, try to go on a Thursday or on a Sunday, which I did see today. Next week, Kings Island is open on Thursday, so you can go check that out also. But try to go on those days, pay less money to go to the haunts, and then you can go in and hang out in the haunts as many times as you possibly can on that day. I will say, I'm not a fan of what Cedar Point, Kings Island, and Six Flags has done to make people have to pay for this. And I do think it's particularly crappy that they just kind of retconned it off of the existing pass that people had already bought. So I don't love that. But I will say that it does make it move a little bit more smoothly, and that is good. But I will say that most other haunts end up being about like $30, and those haunts usually have somewhere between 2 and 4 different haunts that you can go to, and you only get to go to them once. Usually they are more filled with scare actors, and that's also the only way they make money, so that's why it's more expensive too. But when you have Six Flags properties doing this, charging people a nominal fee and making it so fewer people come each day to all of them, it does kind of make the experience better. Plus you also have 5 houses at Kings Island and 5 houses at Cedar Point, not to mention the Conjuring also, which in that case you pay a lot more money for that, but because that's $30 for one situation. But even then, paying $40 for 6 different haunts is not that horrible. It's me rethinking what I've said. I don't love it, and I still do think it's crappy for this season. I don't think it would be crappy if it was for next season and they gave people warning about what the actual pass was going to allow. But there are some positives to it. So right here is the Fright Lane. I do not recommend getting Fright Lane, even if you have to wait a little while for some of these houses. Like, all you are doing is giving Six Flags CEOs extra money just to line their pockets. You buy Fright Lane, you're not doing any good. You're giving yourself maybe an extra 10 minutes overall for the entire night, and you paid quite a bit of extra money for it. And all it's doing is giving brass more money. So don't do that. But instead, okay, here it is. Here's where you enter. Now this is a long line. This is a new house though. Okay, and even then, in comparison to former years, this is basically no line at all. It's honestly kind of hard to walk. It's all this sand / rocks. Also, I can't imagine that this would be ADA friendly, which seems a little bit weird too. It does look kind of cool. Kind of wondering what it's going to be like. And we do still have one more house after this also that we have not hit yet. So they have 6 houses, not 5. That was so cool. Every single part of that was, I think, the coolest house I've ever seen here at Kings Island. Okay, that was a house filled with theatrics and suspense and scares and I don't even know, like horror, but also it felt like more like going through a movie, not like your normal, typical house. It felt like a House of the Dragon, like something you might see on Game of Thrones, which was really, really cool. Order of the Dragon. Honestly, that one has me shook in a way where it's like good. Like, I really liked it. That was really, really fun. But also, like, I'm afraid to do it again. And I think, honestly, that might be the highest praise that I can give to one of these houses. Okay, so for fun, that house got first place, hands down. My favorite house that I think I've ever done at Kings Island or at Cedar Point. Like, it's so detailed, it's so immersive, it's incredible inside. But beyond that, I've been saying with fun, it needs to have some level of whimsy. And this is like I said before, it's like a movie house. It literally feels like a movie is happening. It's so much fun. It's something that I've never experienced before, and it really does feel like, from what I've seen of like Universal Halloween Horror Nights, it feels very similar to that. But it feels like a scary Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon kind of a situation that's happening, and it's so fun. Actually, the problem with this house is now it's the standard by which all haunted houses will be measured, because like I said, I've not experienced, like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what I just experienced, and that was, it's so much, it's so good. But with that fun, there is also several scenes that really stand out to me. One of them is one where there's a table of people all sitting at the table, and you never know which one of the people might be real. And then there's something really cool and theatric that happens in there. I don't want to spoil it for you because it's too much fun. I want you to see it for yourself. But it is really cool, like, and incredibly unexpected, because I've never seen any haunted house do anything like that before. Along those same lines, the atmosphere is incredible, and by the atmosphere in this house, most houses I just mean the scenery, and the scenery is incredible. So many of the houses, even down to like Hotel St. Michel, they're just like sitcom houses, if that makes sense. It's like a facade of a wall that they have, and if you look up, you can actually see the ceiling and stuff, so it takes you out of the immersion a little bit. This house felt totally encapsulated. You're in stone, you're in a castle, you're in a beautiful place. Like, it's not just a horror house, it feels like a movie set, a full movie set that you could film from literally any angle. And that's part of what makes it so incredible. But beyond that, then there's also some great uses of atmosphere that they have in there, because multiple times, I've already mentioned it, the table where people are sat and you don't know who might move, but there are also multiple rooms, and I swear I walked past a couple people who did not move in order to scare other people. So it's like you'll have statues of people, but then you also have real people standing there, and it might be different literally every time, because they may not move the first time you go through, but the second time they might move for you. And it really varies the scares and makes that house new and different and immersive every single time that you go through it. I'm assuming, like from what I saw, because some of those statues were moving without moving, if you know what I mean. They were like swaying, breathing, things like that. So yeah, incredible as far as immersion goes, and incredible as far as atmosphere goes. Like I said, this is the house to ruin all other houses, because no other house will feel as good, because this house is so good. For new, this house receives first place also. Obviously, it's a new build, but it's also a new concept. It's a new idea, and like I said, I think it's furthering the idea of haunted houses. And I don't think anybody's really done that as well as outside of like Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios. Universal Studios, that's like a big part of their business model even, is doing Halloween in such a fantastic and over-the-top way. But to have Kings Island doing this takes it to a whole new level. I would pay a lot of money to do this, because this is a different experience. This is a fantastic experience. I don't know that there's even a possibility that I'm gonna pay for Cedar Point's haunted houses again. But to come here and do this house again, I'd do that, absolutely. And I'm already telling my friends about it. Scares Order of the Dragon also is the exact same way. Again, it's kind of like a horror movie. A horror movie that's good doesn't just scare you with jump scares. Jump scares are a tiny little piece of the puzzle that makes you scared every once in a while. But if the entire movie is just jump scares, then it's not really a horror movie. You're just scared every once in a while for a second. The suspense is what creates a fantastic horror experience. And when you are doing a fantastic horror experience and that pressure just keeps mounting, the fear keeps building, that is what's going to make that house completely and totally memorable. It's going to change your perception of that house or that movie or whatever that horror experience is. And in this case, this one is that. It's that buildup of tension, of just not knowing who's gonna move next. Where is it going to move? Is there someone in this room, or is this room only statues? It's fascinating, and it's so much fun. And like the vigils that are in it, and the visuals also on top of that, just create I'm speechless without being speechless, because obviously I'm talking, but it's crazy. It's so good. Definitely first place for scares also. So that puts Order of the Dragon and in first place by a landslide in front of everything else. I'm not gonna lie, I just made some calls and told some friends how much I absolutely love that last haunted house. So it's been a little while now. But we are headed into our final haunted house. And that is, I forget what it's called. It's right here. Cornered. Let's go check out Cornered and see what it's like. In the past, it's been really hard to find Cornered. This has been like a hidden haunted house kind of, and they've even had signs up and stuff, and I walk all over and I'm like, where in the world is it? So it's nice to have people out there that can direct you where to go, and I suppose that's partly why we pay for some of it. This looks like it might be very new and redone in a completely different way. They have these like searchlights. It almost looks like a prison or something. It'll be interesting to see what they do. That the lines are not nearly as big as they have been in past years. I mean, I've waited in lines for haunted houses at Cedar Point or Kings Island where this entire amount would be just totally full. It's nice that that's not the case. We got some characters or recalls, products going on over here. Okay, and here we are. So I suppose I need to, oh, it's in a greenhouse. I suppose I'll need to get rid of this camera here. All right, that was so much fun. Actually, whoever is redoing these houses is doing a fantastic job. Although someone did say I need to take this off my hat. This isn't any, like, it is technically recording, but I it's not connected to my phone, and my phone is in my pocket, so it's not doing anything while I'm here. But I understand. They see the green light and they're like, oh, he's recording in here, which I wish I could. I'd love to, but I can't. So definitely had a ton of fun with that. These two houses right here, these are fantastic. They've been really well done, really well remade and created in a completely different way than what I've seen from Cedar Fair, from Six Flags. I guess I've never done Six Flags, but from Cedar Fair properties in the past. So I'm really excited to go through and see what these could be like. So let's talk about them right now. Okay, so Cornered gets second place for fun because I loved it. I don't love it quite as much as the brand newest house, Order of the Dragon. It is still very, very fun, don't get me wrong. It's just, there's something really special about that house. But like I said, whoever's redoing these houses, they should get a raise because they are doing a fantastic job. These are two incredible experiences, and I'm happy with these. I don't need to go to The Conjuring and have someone else do it when Kings Island is doing stuff this fantastically. For atmosphere, once again, Cornered is very immersive, and it is a great experience. It, again, gives second place because it's not quite as great of an experience as Order of the Dragon, right behind me here. But again, fantastic experience, really well done, and really well made. Fully encapsulating you in the story, fully creating an experience that is really fun and very, very intense at times too, through that scenery. For new, Cornered gets second place. Also, technically this is just as new and just as completely redone as Order of the Dragon, although technically this house did exist before. So I gave it second place because it's a fresh take on an already existing idea, where Order of the Dragon is just an entire rethink and revolution of these houses. I'm gonna say that, yeah. For scares, Cornered did have some scary moments, but it's not nearly as scary as Order of the Dragon. Order of the Dragon is just a terrifying experience from beginning to end, and that's all it is. But it is so good though. Again, Cornered has more jump scares. It's like a jump scare movie instead of like an actually intense movie that builds to something really crazy and scary and amazing. And that is what Cornered does. Now I'm gonna go through Order of the Dragon one more time because it's incredible. So let's go see it. They did give us a little cut through this time since no one's here, which is definitely nice. So this is how good that house is. They actually have an animatronic dragon inside it that I did not notice the first time through because someone was scaring me on the other side. There's a lot of stuff to notice. There's a lot of stuff to see inside of that. And that's why it's so good. It is beyond what I've experienced here. And I love that. Like, I could go through that and I think find something new every time. And I will. That one's gonna be my favorite house for the rest of the season. over here too, like they have a huge stair step over there with books all over it. Each of these is very detailed. It's really, that's just the preamble into the main line, but it's pretty cool. Rarely do I eat an Auntie Anne's pretzel here at the park, but today it sounds really good, and I haven't eaten for quite a while. I had dinner last, I think about 5 hours ago, so grab a little bit of food here. Whoa! Man, he's intimidating. And at that, I think I'm gonna head out for the day. I am very tired because I never did get an extra nap in today. And I've been going hard since about 8 o'clock this morning. So it's time to head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Press that subscribe button, like button, and let me know what else you guys want to see about either Kings Island or Cedar Point's haunt activities, Halloween weekends at Cedar Point, or haunt here at Kings Island. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go! Hey, thanks for watching. I release theme park related videos at least a couple times a week, so press that subscribe button if you made it this far. Also, check out similar videos in the playlist to the right, or find my newest video to the left. Thanks again, and let's go!